No, Julie, I'm just surprised to hear from you. It was great. The wedding went out without a hitch.
What?
You're in Chicago to do a shoot.
Can I talk to her for a minute?
Caleb's here. He wants to say hello. I understand.
Hi, Julie. It's good to hear your voice after all this time. I saw the picture of your baby that you sent to Mama. She's beautiful. You know, I'm glad things are going so well for you. Yeah, you heard right. I was Holden's best man. Yep, absolutely. Listen, you're in Chicago right now, aren't you? Well, I live there, too. I mean, I'm in Oakdale for a few days, but I could drive up there. We could get together. Or better yet, you could come down to the farm with your little girl. We could see each other here. Julie, I didn't mean to upset you. I understand. I just want to see you sometime. Yeah. Okay, I will. You take care of yourself, too. And the baby. Bye.
Well, how's Julie, sweetheart? Is she going to come over?
No, she's not. She's finishing her shoot in Chicago, and then she's heading straight for New York.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I'd love to meet her little girl. And I'd love her to meet our little new Snyder, our little Aaron. Well, Kirk has withdrawn the consultancy offer. The kids are hanging together. Walsh stock is on the rise. My heavens, I'm going to have to come up with something else. Some new plan, some plan B. Ooh, I can't wait to hear what plan B is. Of course, I could just bash the company, but I don't want to do that. I built Walsh to what it is today from a small family business. Sit down. I've been thinking about another thing, a new venture. Maybe start a new company. A consulting company. And I would zero in on the Walsh clients and friends that I've nurtured over the years and pick them off from Walsh when the contracts came up and leave Walsh, let it dwindle into what it was when I took control.
And would you really do that? I mean, after all the work that you put into Walsh, it seems a shame.
I'm Walsh. Walsh is me. I mean, it's an empty shell right now, bought with treachery. But a new company? Oh, I could have what I wanted, and I wouldn't have to make the same mistakes that I made before. I could have young, attractive executives. I could have loyalty. I could have people that I trust.
But money. It's going to take a great deal of capital to do that.
Oh, darling, I'm enormously wealthy personally, not just with Walsh. I got bones buried all over. No, and anyway, I've got a couple of astute and wealthy businessmen standing by at the ready to supply me with what I need.
I don't believe this. This is the same number found on that piece of paper.
Yeah, well, at least we know what they stand for.
Yeah.
What are they for?
Do you know the Hotel Europa in Des Moines?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Well, Arthur uses a suite at the Europa when he's in Des Moines ever since he sold the family home last March.
Any idea why Philippe would have the Hotel Europa's phone number plus the extension 33547 circled on April 13th?
No, I haven't the foggiest idea. Didn't you get a list of the guests in 3547 when you were out there?
Yeah, it is a list of the names of everybody who stayed in that room between March 1st and April 15th when Carolyn was killed. And on April 13th, it was a Mr. and Mrs. George Stewart of Omaha, Nebraska.
That name mean anything to you?
No, nothing at all. Well, I'll check. See how many George Stewarts live in Omaha.
You know, maybe we ought to just look up the Stewarts here in this book. Oh, PQR. Barbara, what is your name and number doing in Philippe Van Doren's address book?
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Duncan Hines. helping you bake your moist, delicious best.
Just want to make an appointment with Gavin in the morning. Yes, hello. I know it's very, very late, but would you connect me with Mr. Kruger's suite, please?
Have you given any more thought to my offer, Marcy? As a triple agent, you'll be turning a handsome profit. Tempting?
What happens if your plans for Walsh fall through?
Well, you won't be implicated. And you can stay on at Walsh and our deal will be terminated. Or I'll find a top position for your Kruger office of your choice.
You have offices all over the country. The world.
Correct. Do we have a deal?
We do.
Well, Jade, you are so efficient. Thank you so very, very much. I just want to speak to him when he gets in or in the morning. Good night, dear.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
A substantial amount of your wealth and Lily's is tied up in Walsh stock. Now, if you destroy Walsh, I mean, isn't that going to
I
put
have
your...
a schedule, darling. I have a plan. Don't worry about it. It's very sweet of you. We sell certain things very quietly and discreetly, you know. All the stock is rising. Dear, I'm concerned about Evan.
No,
Are you...
forget Evan. I told you that is over. And as for Connor, she's turned into quite a power junkie, always giving orders. Oh, no, the one I feel sorry for is Link.
Yeah, he hasn't got any... Did you see the look on Connor's face when you walked in on Link's arm?
Yes, I did. Oh, Link is such a sweet guy, but he is terribly naive. A combination I find terribly attractive.
Oh, my heavens. Okay, but don't play around with the boss's boyfriend while you're working at Walsh. Wait till you're cleaning out your desk, at least. Dear, I need some information. When I infused Meridian with capital in their hour of need, I kept an option for takeover. I'm in no position to deal with that right now. But I'd like to know how stable Meridian is at this moment.
I'll get right on it, but look, don't forget that Connor has also got friends at Meridian.
Hello?
Mother, is it okay for Tess to stay over tonight?
Oh, sweetheart, sure. All your friends are welcome. Do you want me to send Fenwick to collect you?
Thank you, no. Tess has Paul's sports car. See you soon, Mother. Bye.
Why don't you come with us? We'll have a party or something.
No, thanks. I really better not. I have an early day tomorrow.
Oh, you're no fun.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're awfully quiet. Are you upset about something?
Just Julie's call. You know, she and Andy used to be involved.
Isn't she Caleb's ex-wife?
Yeah. Very complicated.
Oh, yeah, but she's back in New York now with a career and a new baby.
Yeah, I know, but if she walked back into Andy's life...
Oh, come on. Andy would have to be crazy to even look at another woman. He's got you.
Thanks. I needed that.
Connor! Where'd you run off to?
Oh, I had some business in town that I had to take care of.
My goodness.
She's still.
Excuse me. My brother for just a second.
Yeah.
Thanks. I followed Lucinda after she left here, and guess who was waiting at the mansion for her?
Marcy, we've got to call Kurt.
No. Not until we know for sure what's going on.
Hey, just want to say goodnight. I'm off to Bianca's. Spending the night.
Well, why don't I follow you and Bianca and make sure you get home okay?
Well, I'd love that idea, but I doubt Bianca will let you step foot inside her house.
Well, then we can just sit in my car and talk.
Okay, great. Good night. Good night.
I'm sorry that call from Julie upset you.
It didn't. I just can't understand why she's working so hard to try to avoid me.
Well, I think she just probably wants to make a clean break of things, Kate.
I'm sure that's it. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, really.
Link told me that she was here last spring. She didn't even try to call me.
What was that? She was here last spring?
Yeah, well, Andy said that she was in town trying to get some financial help from Lisa.
Is that right, Andrew? Why didn't you tell me?
Yes.
Are you the George Stewart who registered with his wife at the Hotel Europa in Des Moines last April 13th? Uh-huh. I see. Well, I'm sorry to have disturbed you. Well, that was the last George Stewart in Omaha. Not married, never been in Des Moines.
Well, I'm not a detective, but couldn't the name be phony?
You know, you're probably right. What we really ought to do is just call the hotel, see if anyone remembers the couple, and try and get a description on them.
All right, well, I'm going to take Barbara home. If you need me, just call me.
Thanks for explaining why Barbara's number was in Philippe's address book.
Oh, well, like I said, Philippe called me there at Barbara's several times. You ready to go?
I'd like to ask Tom and Margot a question first.
All right, then. I'll bring the car around.
All right. Have you heard anything more from Hal?
Not since the last time he was in Oakdale.
Well, if you talk to him, would you tell him that I'm going down to Santo Domingo for the divorce? Gavin and I were supposed to go this week, but I think we'll probably put it off for a bit.
You know, if Hal would just tell Barbara to forget about the divorce, she'd drop it in a second.
It's the impression I get. What do you say we get over to Lila's and pick up the kids, huh?
Yeah, just one second. I want to go through some more Philippe Van Doren stuff before Nicole gets here.
Oh, never mind. Well, you can forget the night clerk at the Europa. We'll have to check back in the morning.
Wait a minute. Lily's name and numbers in this address book.
Well, that is weird. Is there anyone else we know?
Yeah, you're not going to believe this. My mom.
No, that makes sense, because both Daryl and Gavin said that Philippe Van Doren liked to cultivate wealthy women.
Hey, an American football player?
That's Billy Lambert. So how does Dana's kidnapper tie in to Philippe Van Doren?
Look who's here.
Oh, hi, Adam. What's the matter? Did you have a bad dream?
Yeah, I got old Adam down here for a little TLC, a little special attention, huh?
I think that's a good idea. You want some milk?
I prescribed chocolate cookies. Didn't I, Adam?
How long have you been a pediatrician?
Long enough. Now, we all have bad dreams once in a while. And they get scary, and that's okay to be scared, Oh, come on, sit down here. You know what I got? You want to grab that? What's in here? Huh?
Hello? Hi, Lila.
Well, Marilyn got sick, so she called Larry and asked him to come over and babysit to get home. Good. Yeah, we want to hear all about that wedding. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Just don't get any of those crumbs in your PJs. They'll itch like the devil.
Yeah, I remember when my daughter Emily, when she was your age, she used to like animal crackers. And she used to get crumbs everywhere. She used to get crumbs in her ear. She used to get crumbs in her jammy.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, that was over 20 years ago.
Now.
Well, where were you 20 years ago?
I was in Cub Scouts. So what?
Thank you. Sock it to me. Watching you with Adam, I could see why you became a pediatrician.
What can I tell you? I like kids.
It shows. You should have a bunch of kids. You'd make a great father.
Bart, it's Andrew. Listen, I'm fine. I need you to do me a favor. I shot this big wedding today, and I want to get an early start developing the pictures all morning tomorrow in the darkroom. I was hoping that you could take notes for me from Mr. Weber's class and explain everything to him.
Well, that's more like it. You virtually ignored me when I first came in.
I was just trying to help Caleb after Julie's call.
You're the last person I would have expected to help him with something like that, considering your rocky history with Julie.
I'm over Julie. Caleb's not.
Well, it seems to me that if you were really past all of the things that Julie put you through, it would be easier for you to trust another woman when she said that she loves you.
I'm so glad you let little Aaron be part of the wedding.
Me too, but I think, Caleb, that Julie is right, that a clean break is what's best for everybody. I'm gonna go get Aaron's things.
Okay.
Ivor, that might be true, but I haven't seen
A
Julie.
clean break means putting it out of your mind once and for all.
Thank you, Bart. I owe you one.
Hey, you know something? I wish you would have told me about Julie coming to town last spring.
Well, I would have told you.
Yeah?
But I know how you feel about her, so I figured why bother. Are you ready to go?
What's the rush?
On the rush? I want to get home, and then in the morning I'm going to start developing pictures from the wedding.
Okay, well, you go. I'm gonna stay. I'll get a ride with John and Iva.
You gonna stay?
I'll walk you out, though.
Well, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Safe trip home.
Okay.
So, what happened with Andy?
Well, he gets all crazy when Julie calls, you know? I'm surprised she still has that effect on him.
Why don't you come with me?
What possible difference could a few more minutes make? See, this has nothing to do with the wedding photos, does it?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about us having a very special day today until Julie calls. Then you change it into this whole other person.
I'm not changing into another person. Come on, Courtney. Court, look, this is your imagination.
It's not my imagination. It's true, even if you won't admit to it.
Look, we gotta say goodnight, okay?
Good night.
We'll talk about it in the morning, okay?
You look this gorgeous. What a great dress.
Isn't that something? Huh? Hubba, hubba. Hey, I just this minute got Adam down. I just got him back to sleep.
Oh. Well, I hope that Marilyn's going to be feeling better, because tomorrow I got to work early.
Well, what's the problem? I mean, I can just drop Josh and Meg at the airport and come right on over here and just pick up the reins.
You're going to babysit?
Sure. Listen, and I'll be through at the hospital early. I can come over and relieve him at noon.
Batman and Robin have got you covered. Hey, I want to hear about this wedding. I made coffee.
I got it.
Good. Well, Lily was just
Ready, residents?
beautiful. Of course, Olga is gorgeous as always.
You know, I just got here. I'm going to have to check. Excuse me.
Oh.
Gal. Huh?
So,
Thank you.
Lucinda, can you talk to me?
Well,
Well, I guess I might as well take it. I mean,
Looking for you.
well, Lucinda? Well, Lucinda, it's after midnight. What's the rush? Listen, I'm sorry, but I have got to take Josh and Meg to the airport, and then I've got to come over to Lila's and cover for her babysitter. So, what say I give you a call about mid-morning, and then we'll see what the situation is, all right? All right. Night. Lucinda has come out of her swoon, and now she's trying to make plans for her future, and she needs my advice.
Oh, yeah? Well, I could give her some advice. Number one. Yeah.
Listen, Tom and I are up to our ears in a new case, and we both have to be back to the station early tomorrow. Would it be okay if the boys stay here tonight? Yeah?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well,
Great.
What new case? What?
It's another murder case. It's a friend of Gavin Kruger's, and somehow it always ties back to Carolyn Crawford.
It helped to have you at the station with me.
I was glad I was there. It's terrible to lose a friend like Philippe this way.
I feel sorry for Nicole. She and Philippe were very close.
I know she's probably going to come here. Why don't we have her stay with me? Hotels can be very cold and impersonal.
I agree. Mrs. Myers told me that Tess is spending the night with Bianca, and my suite at the Lakeview is so cold and impersonal.
Waiting for an invitation?
I thought you would never ask. I need a cognac. How about you?
Sounds good. Gavin, I just got an anonymous typed note. It says, how much is it worth to you to keep your night in Rome with Gerald Crawford a secret since he's now married to your sister? I have a price in mind, but you give it some thought and I'll be in touch within the next 24 hours. I'm sure it's from Philippe, Gavin. He's the only one who knows about that night besides me, Daryl, and you.
Barbara, I'll handle it. Look, something very important's come up, so I may not make it to the wedding. But I'll definitely see you at the reception.
I never should have told you about that letter.
No, don't be silly. Of course you should have. What? Barbara, you don't think... Darling, you have to know I had nothing to do with Philippe's death.
I was just afraid that you had done something foolish to try to protect me.
I love you. And of course I want to protect you, but you have to know that I am no murderer. You know, as horrible as Philippe's death is, at least your secret's safe now. Franny need never find out about that night in Rome, and Daryl will never know that he is really Jennifer's father. Only you and I know the truth now.
Sorry.
Hi. So good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. I can't believe you came.
Yeah.
I can't believe you came to the wedding.
I know, but I had to make sure that it all came off. See that it was worth everything we went through, and it was. It was.
You were taking a chance. I mean, what if someone had seen you?
I know, but I hired a car, and I sat in the car until everyone was inside, and then I walked down to the church, and I heard Lila singing, and watched from outside. And afterwards, I sat in the car and watched you taking pictures and saw Holden with Aaron in his arms. Couldn't stop crying.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, it was a happy day, though.
Oh, I know.
Everyone.
I know. Even Lucinda couldn't stop it.
I can't believe how much you've changed.
It was so good to see you, you know? That's why I had to call the farm.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to stay with Lisa tonight, and then my driver's going to take me out to O'Hare in the morning.
Your driver. And look at this coat. I mean, when I first met you, when you came from...
Andy, it's your old man. I got your camera bag. You left it at the farm. You can't develop those wedding pictures without the negatives.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Just a minute, Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks. I must have been really tired when I left.
Oh, yeah? Or was it the telephone call from Julie? Well, you know, Andy, you hear her voice, and you just change. Big change comes over.
I don't want to talk about Julie, Dad.
You know, and I'm not the only one that notices that. Courtney's out in the car right now. She doesn't even want to see you, for crying out loud.
That's her problem. I've explained to her many times about my friendship with Julie, my friendship.
Yeah.
And she doesn't understand.
Well, that makes two of us, Andrew. I don't understand it either. Look, why don't you ask Courtney and mend broken fences? Give her a ride home.
No,
okay?
Dad, look, it's my life. I'll handle it. Okay? I don't try to tell you what to do with Iva.
Yeah.
All right? So if you give me the same respect, I'd appreciate it. Understand?
Sure, Andrew, if that's the way you want it. Do me a favor, though. Call her. Give her a call, will you?
Okay. Good night. I'm sorry I had to hear that. That was horrible.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. I can see your father still got it in for me. But I guess he's got good reasons.
Well, I don't give a damn about that, all right? I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk about you. How are things going in New York?
Tell you what, I'll trade you that information for a cup of coffee.
You got it.
All right? It's amazing. This place has got memories in every corner.
So tell me about Ron Gillette, Julie.
All right. But you have to understand something, Andy. Ron is a part of my new life. When I've adopted Aaron and I left Park Forest, my old life ended, and it's got to stay that way for both of our sakes.
Hey, Mom, the day you're dead, you should be sound asleep, shouldn't you?
Thought I heard you down here.
I'm
sorry that that call from Julie stirred up so many memories.
Well, yeah. Well, that's all they were, is memories. I called Angel as soon as I could. You know, talking to her, it puts a new perspective on things. She's becoming a real important part of my life.
Happy to hear that. Sorry she couldn't make the wedding.
Actually, I think it was a good thing. I think if she'd been here, it would have just stirred up things in her past that she's trying to get over.
Good heavens, who
Who's
could that
that?
be?
I don't know.
What wedding?
Oh, hey, Hutch.
Well, I'm sorry, you guys ready for bed?
No, come in. Have some coffee. Come on, join us. Everyone over to your place to sleep?
Yeah, except for Cal. He hadn't come home yet. I was out taking a walk, and I sort of felt like talking, so I
You okay?
thought I'd take a chance. You guys were up.
You all right?
You know, I heard from Link that
Thanks.
he was offering to pay your college education. You gonna take him up on that?
Yeah, I am, as a matter of fact. Just come in January.
You know, I was surprised when you let Tess just take off with Evan like that.
Oh, man, Tess confuses me. I don't think I'm ever going to understand women.
Now, what is it about us that you find so mysterious?
Damn near everything.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
Well, tonight, earlier, I was at Cal's with Tess, helping her with her play. And we were having a real good time. Everything was going well. And then Evan shows up, and everything changed. Now, I know that there are things about Evan that attract Tess. But there's this other part of Tess that's so down to earth. And that's what mixes me up, because one part of Tess would do almost anything to live life in the fast lane, you know? And that side of her really puts me off.
Well, have you ever talked with Tess about this?
Yes, I have. I've tried. But I never really feel like she's being honest with me. To tell you the truth, I don't really think she's being honest with herself.
Well, if that's the case, I think you should take things real slow. Just take it from me, if you don't have honesty in a relationship, doesn't matter what else you have, eventually you're going to hit a brick wall. She's going to break your heart.
You okay?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that other murder, right? It's got to be so hard on Franny.
Yeah.
Is Adam asleep yet?
Yeah, he's asleep. Didn't even budge when I brushed all those cookie crumbs off his pillow. I guess the good cookie fairy paid a visit.
Yeah, Dr. Chocolate Chip.
Well, look, I don't care what you guys call each other. Just want to thank you so much for looking after our boys, because I just don't think we're going to see much of them until this case is resolved.
Well, we got to get out of here. Come on.
Cal, just remember, if you need help tomorrow around noon,
Thank you, buddy.
All right, take care.
See
ya. Good night.
Thank you.
Is it me, or are those two getting very chummy these days?
Well, they have been smiling a lot lately.
Well, of course they have. Anyway, I think nobody should have to go through life all alone.
Okay, now that's either a song cue or you're going to tell us something.
You don't hear a piano intro, do you?
We were hoping that Craig could come up for the wedding because we wanted to tell you both at the same time. I've accepted Cal's proposal.
Yes, Mama,
Aaron's sleeping like a baby. I don't think he'll be up all night.
Oh, well, that's good news.
How about some warm milk? Calm us down, wind us down, whatever, huh?
Great.
I'll make it. I don't trust you around the flame.
Okay.
Oh, listen, by the way, I didn't want to say anything in front of Courtney, but when I dropped Andy's camera bag off, he seemed even more uptight than he did out at the farm. Reminds me of how upset he used to get when Julie lived here. You know, it's amazing how much trouble that girl can cause, even long distance.
Mother, where are you?
Hi, darling, we're in here.
I better go. I don't think Bianca should see us together.
Why? There's no reason why we can't be seen together.
All right. All right. Oh, it's a lovely picture.
Hi, sweetheart. Well, there is the prettiest bridesmaid that ever was.
Thank you. Hello, Miss Breen.
No, Marcy, please.
Where's Tess?
She's outside saying goodnight to Evan Walsh.
Doesn't she know that boy is persona non grata and he's not to come around my house?
I made that clear, but he insisted on seeing us home safely.
I think we should warn Tess about getting involved with Evan.
Hey,
Or shall
y'all.
I do the honors? Tess, you must not get involved with Evan. He is not the right boy for you.
I'm not involved with Evan. He just followed us here to make sure we got home all right, that's all.
Well, you must be tired. You want to go on upstairs and get ready for bed? I'll come give you a kiss.
Okay, good night.
Okay.
Good night,
Good night.
Marcy.
Good night. I am really worried about Tess and Evan. I mean, what if she says something to Evan about my having been here? Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll think of some reason why she will never mention your name, all right? Now, where were we? Meridian. You were saying something nice about Meridian. Go on with Meridian.
Oh, who's this?
That's Sierra. Oh, my other daughter. She is beautiful.
Just
Mama.
like her mom.
Oh, now come on. Mama.
You make yourself comfortable while I go get us some drinks.
No, thank you.
Not even a brandy? It might help you relax. You seemed awfully tense on the way over in the car.
Well, that's only because you kept grilling me about Marcy. She's your friend. I barely know her.
What makes you think that Marcy's my friend?
Isn't she? You work together in New York.
Well, that doesn't mean we're friends. See, Marcy Breen is very competitive, and she always resented the fact that I moved up the ladder so quickly.
I thought competition was your thing, that you thrived on
Is that supposed to be a put-down?
it. No, but why hire her if you don't like her?
Well, it was mostly Kirk's idea. And besides, Marcy had something that we needed at the time.
Well, I have to say, Marcy was great with my mother.
Link, you are so naive sometimes. Marcy Breen is a world-class manipulator, and she learned very easily that by being nice to your mom scored big brownie points with you.
Marcy was just being friendly. I know you dislike my mother, but don't
dislike your mother. I dislike the guilt trips that she lays on you.
I know my mother better than anybody. So I say we just drop it right now.
Gladly. Look, just please remember that Marcy Breen is not what she appears on the surface. Okay? What's wrong now?
Sorry, it's just no good tonight. I'm gonna go. We'll talk in the morning.
I don't understand why you're
Connor,
doing this.
leave it alone. Because if I stay, it's just gonna be a mistake. Good night.
Didn't mean to wake you, sis.
You didn't wake me, Evan. I wasn't getting much sleep anyway.
Well, I half expected to see Cowboy Link around the old corral.
Why didn't you call first? Look, Evan, just cut to the chase. I'm really not in the mood for games right now.
Listen, you saw how I arranged to follow Tess and Bianca to Lucinda's to see what Marcy was up to.
Yeah, well, I know Lucinda wasn't going to let you in, so I hope it wasn't completely a waste of
Oh,
time.
not completely. You see, after Bianca went inside, I told Tess I was going home. I drove away, parked on the road, and snuck back around so I could peek in the game room window where I saw Lucinda and Marcy thick as thieves.
Which means that Marcy had been there for a couple of hours.
And what's worse is they were just settling into what looked like an all-night session. I mean, I couldn't make out clearly what they were saying. I could read their lips on one word. They said several times, Meridian.
What can I tell you? I love kids.
I know you do. You're gonna have a bunch of them. You're gonna be a really good father. Morning.
Morning.
I'm gonna make coffee.
Oh, wait, I have a better idea.
7:30, we'll be late for work.
I'm not talking about that. I'll make breakfast and you can shower.
What? Mr. Romance.
Anybody ever tell you you're very pretty in the morning?
Not as pretty as you.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
I like watching you sleep. You know, you look about 12 years old.
Oh, yeah? Well, when I'm awake, I'm very grown up.
Good morning.
Well, good morning. Aren't you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for somebody who's been out so late?
Well, now, you wouldn't be checking up on me, would you, Emma?
No, Hutch came over here last night. Seems you weren't home yet.
Oh, hey, morning, Cal. Hey, Cal, that's almost back.
Listen, how's it going up there in Chicago? You get a chance to
Hello?
Things are going good.
Yes, good morning. Yes, a second. Cal, it's for you. It's Lila.
Oh, thank you. Good morning, beautiful. You know, I woke up thinking about you.
Well, good, because I woke up thinking about you, too. Listen, Marilyn's okay. I guess Larry's medicine worked, and she's feeling okay, so she's coming in, so you won't have to babysit.
Well, shucks, I was kind of looking forward to it.
Caleb, honey, would you tell Seth that I'll be right back? I'm going over to say so long to Meg and Joshie.
You got it.
Okay. Oh, goodness sakes, come in. Good morning. Good morning.
Come and get some coffee. Great. There you go.
Well, and I'm just going to have to drop by Memorial after I take Josh and Meg to the airport.
Good. Because I think we've got a lot to talk about. Cal, I love you.
And I love you. And I'll see you soon.
Well, Cal, it sounds like you and the lovely Lila lady are getting along just fine.
Getting? We long past getting, son. We deep into got. I'm going to go say goodbye to Seth.
Hello. Well, yes, he is. Hutch, guess who?
Morning.
Hutch, I'm so glad I caught you home. I hope that you're not upset because Evan followed Bianca and me to her house last night.
Well, we need to talk.
Okay. Listen. Last night when we got to Bianca's house, Marcy Brain from Walsh was here. And it's weird because Lucinda, for some reason, asked me not to tell anybody.
Then why are you telling me?
You don't count. I can tell you anything, Hutch.
That's why we need to talk. Can you come out today?
Okay, after classes, is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll see you then, okay?
So, how'd it go?
Well, she agreed to talk anyway. Listen, Caleb, what you told me last night about honesty, was that from your own personal experience?
I loved my wife very much. But Julie is a lot like Tess. She finds it very hard to be honest, even with herself. And eventually her lies just destroyed our marriage.
Come in. I'll get the coffee.
Hey. Wait a minute. Before you do, I just want to apologize for what I said about Ron last night. After everything you've done for me, you had every right to ask.
I'm just concerned about you, and that's why I asked.
Ron's special. He's kind and he's gentle. He's been very good to me. He's kind of like an older version of you. I know. The bathroom.
Courtney.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm just about to go into the dark room, so this isn't really a good time right now.
Don't lie to me.
What are you talking about?
Julie's here, isn't she? That's why you left the farm such a rush last night.
You're right, Courtney. You don't have to lie to protect me anymore. Certainly not from you.
So, Cal's sending you the papers you need down on the plane with Josh. Oh, I'd love to, darling, but there's no way I can get away with Lily on her honeymoon. Listen, you take care, okay? It was good talking to you, too. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Hi.
I hope you take your coffee black.
Oh, no. To what do I owe this lovely visit?
For leading me to the farm yesterday.
Well, please join me.
Thank you. I'd love to. Your mom told me I could find you here. She obviously thinks of you as the center of her world.
Oh, sometimes I think too much.
You know, I really enjoyed talking to her about her church work. It made me realize how far I'd drifted. I'd really like to go to Mass with her.
Believe me, nothing would please her more. I'm glad you came by.
So am I. Lenny, I just wanted to come by to see if you want... Hi, Connor.
Gavin, you ever hear Philippe mention a Billy Lambert?
No, who's Billy Lambert?
Oh, wow. I must have been so much more tired than I thought last night. Here's Billy Lambert. This number is weird. It's 39795599. Why is that familiar?
It's a European number. If you called Franny and Daryl on their honeymoon, you'll remember that those are the first 4 digits for the entry code for dialing Sassari, Sardinia.
Yes, Lucinda, what can I do for you?
Did they arrive safely? Have we heard anything from our newlyweds?
No, not really. Not on the first morning of their honeymoon.
Is she trying to find out where they are? Well, listen, give me the phone, will you? Come on, here, give it to me.
John? Is that John? Is John there?
Yes, we were just about to have breakfast.
Far be it from me to intrude. If you do hear from Lily, would you please tell her that I need to speak to her about something? Why they have to keep their honeymoon destination such a deep, dark secret, I cannot understand.
Look, I will promise to tell Lily. Bye.
She wants their telephone number already this morning? Huh? Oh, for... Hello? Lily, ESP. Iva was just talking to Lucinda about you. Well, Lucinda called, wanted to try to get your telephone number from Iva. Don't worry, Iva didn't say a word. No. No, wherever you and Holden are, it's still a secret.
I shouldn't have come back, but it was very important for me to see Andy and Lisa. And since I was so close to Oakdale,
Yeah. Well, I knew you were here from the way that Andy reacted when you called the farm and the way he rushed out.
Why didn't you just tell her the truth?
Because I was in the Snyder's kitchen. There was a crowd of people, and I didn't want to risk.
No, that's not true. You could have told me when we were alone on the porch.
I don't understand why you're making such a big deal about this car.
Oh, I hope that's not John again.
Andy, Caleb, I want to talk to you.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Blouses by Regina Porter. This is Dan Regent, inviting you to join us again Monday for the Emmy Award-winning As the World Turns.